Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Ty here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing episode 3 of Up Until the End. Now, you might want to grab some snacks for this one, because this is going to be a long one. So, grab snacks, grab a blanket, get comfortable, bring someone to watch this with you, and let's get into this. So, last time we left off when there was a storm, and this farmer let them inside. So, see where this is going to go. What are you doing out there at such a time? Are you crazy? Sorry to disturb you, and thank you for letting us in. Stay there. I'll give you all some dry clothes. Oh, I cannot read today. Doesn't wait for your answer and leaves the room. As you wait for him to come back, you stroke your hands against each other and try to warm yourself. Noises of rustling in closets and swearing reaches your ears. The sound is quiet, so the man must be in a room far from the one you are in. Comes back in the living room and gives some clothes to each of you. Go get changed in the bathroom and take a warm shower while you're at it. After that, you will be just fine. His gaze falls on Amanda and Erica. The room is at the end of the hallway to the left. Amanda is the first to get up with Erica. They go together to the bathroom, and after a few minutes, you hear the sound of water running. Meanwhile, the farmer sits in his armchair next to you on the fireplace. He takes out his pipe, lights it with a match, and begins to smoke. He doesn't ask you any questions while you wait for your turn. You see in the corner of your eye that man slightly trembling. He seems tired and cold. After 20 minutes, the girls come back, all clean and well dressed. They sit on the sofa while you look at Matt. Go, I'll wait. You can't help but notice that he keeps trembling from the cold. I mean, I don't want to be rude, but at the same time, uh, since he's being nice about it, I guess I won't argue with him, so I'll go first, I guess. He smiles at you as you leave the room. You make a few steps into the hallway, searching for the bathroom. You reach it quickly and put your hand on the handle and open the door. The room is simple: a shower, a sink, and a stool. The walls and floor are tiled all in a blue tone. There's a mirror too, but you'll admire yourself after washing yourself. You close the door behind you and then put the clothes the old man gave you onto the stool. You start to undress. It's rather difficult and an unpleasant experience. The fabric is stuck to your skin and you have to fight to get out of it. Ooh, just thinking about that makes me cringe. Ooh. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, guys, well, you might want to check back with episode 1, then you'll know. But basically, uh, she got, her, she got her nose broke, and, she had, well, I don't know how to explain it. You guys are gonna have to watch episode 1, but, she got beat up, basically. You let your silk clothes fall heavily to the ground. You arrange them after your shower. You go into the floor and twist on the hot faucet. The water begins to fall and run down your naked body. Your body begins to slowly stop shaking from the cold. At first, it almost hurts as the temperature difference between the water and your skin is so different. When you're used to the temperature, you're able to finally enjoy the feeling. A light smile grows on your face as you stay put, just standing there. Finally, you start to move. You pass your hands on the shower and neck, and finally go to your messy hair. It really needs to be combed through. You pass your fingers through the tips of your hair, but they won't stop trapping themselves in the bows. Bows. You're losing your patience, and while trying to go faster, you snatch some hair in the process. Then you wash your body and finally use some shampoo in your combed hair. It feels so good to be clean. Once finished, you turn off the water. Then you take the towel and start to dry yourself off. Then you wrap your hair in a towel. Finally, you take the clothes that the old man gave you, a white dress. As you put it on, you feel the soft fabric against your skin and appreciate it. You release your hair from the towel and let it fall down your back. And then you look at yourself in the mirror. It's not as bad as you thought it would be. You look almost like before all of this happened. We'll accept some details. Your broken nose still has shards of blue and red and has a bad gash across it. The worst is your eye, which is still badly swollen and discolored. However, it seems cleaner now. You arrange your soaked clothes with the others on the washing line. When you get out of the bathroom and return to the living room. The others didn't move while you were in the shower. It's almost like they had fell asleep. You look at Matt. The shower is yours. Thanks. Quickly gets up and goes into the bathroom. Thank you very much for these clothes. They're soft and pleasant to wear. Don't mention it. They're only my children's old clothes. Thanks anyway. It's very kind of you. He grunts something and makes a gesture with his hand, like to shoo a fly away. You turn around and let yourself fall into the free armchair. You, you doze a little while, feeling tired. You hear Matt coming back from his shower and sit with the others on the sofa. You open your eyes and look at the others. Erica is more beautiful now that she is clean. She is slowly falling asleep on Amanda's shoulder. Amanda has her head falling on Erica's head and seems to be asleep too. Final look at Matt, who seems to be sleepy too. His hair is loose and still a little wet in the shower. After a few minutes of staring, you force yourself to look elsewhere. Okay, can I just say, Matt is looking good right now. Damn, he'll be looking good right now. And second of all, I think my main character has a crush on him because she looked, because in the first episode, guys, she was staring at him, and she's doing it again now. So I think my main character likes him. The farmer's voice pulls you out of your thoughts. You stay here tonight. I can't possibly send you away in this weather. Are you sure that this won't be a bother for you? Don't worry about that. Can I ask your name? I'm George. Pleased to meet you, George. I'm Amanda. This little girl is Erica. I'm Matt. I'm Izzy. He slowly gets out while putting his weight on his cane. Come eat. You follow him and get up with the others. Erica walks past you while rubbing her eyes. She seems to have a hard time waking up. While walking her in the window, you look outside. The thunder seems to have calmed down, but it's still rainy and windy still. You're happy that George offers you shelter for the night. George leads you toward the dining room. Once you're in the room, he makes a gesture with his hand towards the chairs before he leaves the room. You do as he gestures bleh. He comes back carrying some food on a plate with his free hand and places them onto the table and leaves again. You see some hot soup, cheese, bread, butter, and a water jar. It looks delicious and smells heavenly. You're already drooling. He comes back again with dishes this time and places them in the middle of the table. Finally, he takes a plate, a bowl, and cutlery for himself, then takes some soup and bread. Serve yourself. Without waiting for your answer, he starts eating. You look at the others, smiling. You stand up to fill a bowl of soup, put some bread and cheese on the plate, and get yourself ready to dish out for everyone else. You give the first plate to... Ooh, okay. Erica, Amanda, and Max, or myself. I do Erica. She smiles widely at you and quickly plunges your spoon into the soup without thinking. You smile at her. She doesn't really pay attention to you as she is already digging in. Well, a little girl got. Well, if she's a little girl, she's got to be really hungry, especially what happened to her in the first episode. So she's got to be hungry. The others take their plates and start to eat. While you're eating, you notice a picture on a table nearby. In it, there is a couple hand in hand in front of the sea. It's really beautiful. As you look closer at it, you recognize George, so it must be his wife. You're wondering where she is. Ooh, shit. Should I ask? I mean, she could have died, so I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. You'd rather not ask anything. This is a personal question. If he didn't talk about it himself, it must be that he doesn't want to. Exactly. I gotta respect George because his wife might have died or something. I don't want to trigger him. You wipe your plate with some bread to finish the meal. You don't think you can eat anything after that meal. Your stomach is full. Your eyes start to slowly close themselves as the digestion begins. You should go to sleep. I have two additional rooms that you can use. You'll smile wildly at the proposal and thank him. Then he shows you the rooms and goes into his own. You sleep with the two other girls. There is a big bed in the bedroom, large enough for three of you. Since Erica is pretty small. You lie down and don't think, and it doesn't take you more than a few seconds for you to fall asleep. When you wake up in the morning, the girls are no longer there and the sun is rising. You must have slept for a long time. After getting up, you go downstairs to meet the others. When you arrive in the living room, the others are already there on the sofa. George isn't there though. You join them as you sit in the armchair. Sleep well? Very well. I didn't wake up even once before the morning. George told us that we'll eat soon. He just went to the barn to take care of his cows. Ah, right. I remember seeing him yesterday before coming into the house. You love cows? Yeah. They're just adorable, big and curious animals. How can you not love them? It's a cow, guys! Come on! How could you not love the cow? Yeah, I suppose, but once a cow licked my hand, and it wasn't pleasant. It was dribbling and rough at the same time. That's not very appetizing for sure. I'll remember. I don't want to experience that. Maybe Erica will love to see them too. I'll ask George about it later. A few minutes pass. You spend it resting in the living room. You didn't really pay attention yesterday, but the room has a really large bookcase with obviously a lot of books on it. Maybe you can ask George if you can read some. You keep that in mind. Sound of George's can reaches you before he walks into the room. You can come eat some breakfast. You all get on your feet, rushing towards the dining room at the idea of eating. On the table there are eggs, bacon, and coffee. The ideal breakfast. Perfect. After a fast, enjoy your meal, you all start to eat. Erica eats a lot. She seems to like this meal. Amanda, on the contrary, eats slowly and calmly, bite by bite. Matt and yourself are literally devouring the food. It's so good that you can't help yourself. You look at each other and laugh a little, amused by your calm behavior. When you almost finish your meal, George raises the subject. So, will you explain to me what you were doing in the field yesterday? Oh no. Oh no, guys. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. You look at Amanda and Matt, not knowing what to answer. You are uncomfortably moving at your chair as to think of what to say. Finally, Amanda and yourself nod to Matt. Do you know about the big building on the other side of the forest? The one towards the north? Oh, they're gonna tell him. Well, this could go horribly good or horribly bad. So, no beating around the bush with me, kid. Tell me exactly what you want to know. I'm gonna answer directly, and I'm gonna tell the truth. The men from the building are hunting us down. We don't know why. The others look at you eyes wide open. I don't seem to be very pleased with the. I don't seem very pleased that you answered George without the men that kept us as prisoners for a while, a week maybe. We don't really know. However, in the end, we succeeded in escaping. Now we don't know if they lost their tracks or anything. Well, it's not something that I see every day, but I believe you. Don't know much about that building. I've never been there, so I can't tell you who they are. Anyway, thank you again for letting us in yesterday. You would have been in a really bad state if you didn't. Don't mention it. You can stay a little while and rest. Okay, so looks like this went pretty well. Matt and Erica smile at George, and you do too. Now that he knows the situation you're in, you feel a weight coming out of your chest. At least, at least George is actually considerate of us. Okay, that my heart is racing, guys. Oh lord, that could have went south so fast, but it didn't. I was wondering, can we use your phone to contact their families? Yeah, sure. You could have asked earlier. It's there. He points towards the corner of the room while talking. Propose to the others that they use the phone first. Or ask. Actually, they can go first. You can make your calls first. I'll do mine after you. You can use it first, Matt. You're sure? Matt and you nod to them. He goes near the phone and dials the number. You see his expression turn to disappointment, and after a while, he talks. Hey, this is Matt. It's just to tell you that I am alright. I'll give you news again as soon as I can. Bye. It was short and direct, but you expected something like that from him. Turn yourself towards Amanda. Takes the phone and dials the number. After a moment of silence, she speaks. Hi, it's Amanda. Yes, I'm fine. It's just that a lot has happened that lately. I'll explain to you later. I'm sorry for asking this, but can I come visit? I'm not reassured being alone at home. Wait a minute. Are you sure this is not bothering you? Thank you so much. I'll call you again and see you soon. Wait a minute, guys. Don't tell me that they're in that building for a reason. If they were in that building for a reason, and it's gonna be on me because I released them. Oh God! Don't tell me that's what this is. She hangs up while with a smile on her face, then looks at you. You nod and go near the phone. Alrighty, well, I just had to do a little cut there because the game froze and I had to start over from where I left off. So, that happened. You slowly dial a number and wait. Oh, um, what was I saying? Yeah. I hope this doesn't bite me in the butt later that they were supposed to be in there for a reason. I hope not. 1 ring. 2 ring. 3 ring. Still no answer. You wait for the You wait for what seems to be an eternity, hoping that someone will answer. However, in the end, you just hear the voice of the answering machine. Ooh, no, it sucks. Hang up or reassure them. I would try again. You take a deep breath and try to hide the deception in your voice. Hey, it's Izzy. I'm sorry I didn't call you earlier, but I am okay and I will give you news soon. I hope you're alright. Bye bye. You feel a little down as you hang up. You hope that you could talk to them, but, well, at least now they know that you're alright. You look at the others. Amanda turns herself towards Erica. You don't have the phone number of anyone in your family? Erica answers by turning her head from left to right. You didn't have the chance to talk to your family, but at least Matt and yours know you're alright. And Amanda got to talk to a relative. It's better than nothing. Well, you had to look for her family at some point. Turns himself towards the little girl. Don't worry, we can find them later. The little girl moves her head from left to right. I think that she's trying to smile, but sadness fills her eyes. Wait, okay, I really hope that Erica can talk at some point because, or maybe she's just shy. That's probably what it is. I doesn't seem to know what to say and stays silent. All you think, all you think, all you thank George again for his kindness. In the end, you decide to stay one more day to rest at George's home. Erica seems to be really needed. You can't bring yourself to force her to keep going. You don't want to pass your day doing nothing, so you help George with his daily chores. First, you do the laundry. At the same time, you properly wash the clothing you were wearing yesterday. Then you do the dishes and other little things around the house. Amanda helps you with all these small household chores while Erica watches you. Sometimes she helps you too. Matt stays with George and helps him with the bigger jobs, like repairing fences and those kinds of things. The day passes in the blink of an eye. It's already early evening. You're sitting together in the living room, relaxing a little after working all day. Tell me about yourselves. What are you doing in your lives? He looks at each other. At e- he looks at each one of you. Finally, it's Amanda who speaks first. I'm a teacher. Wait, she's a teacher? I thought she was a doctor. What? Okay, that's a surprise to me. What course do you teach? History and geography to kids about her age. She says this while looking at Erica. It looks like you're a mom. Am I wrong? She stops her movement, shocked and being struck by lightning. Did he say something he shouldn't have? Don't answer that. It's too personal. No, it's alright. I didn't think you would say that, that's all. Takes a deep breath before continuing talking. I was, but the child was a stillborn. It's the only time I was ever pregnant. Several years later, I tried again, but it never worked out. Oh, damn! Oh no, Amanda. No, that sucks. Oh, I feel bad for her. You don't know what to say. You just take her hand in yours to show your compassion. It's okay. I had a hard time at first, but now I have moved on. Luckily, I work as a teacher, so I see a lot of children in my daily life. She lets some seconds go by. I'll never be able to give birth to any children, but maybe someday I can adopt and finally have my own. That's good. You'll be a great mom. Thank you. Smiles kindly at him. Matt doesn't say anything, but you think it's just that he doesn't know what to say. You have a hard time finding the right words as well. He looks at you. And you. What do you do? Studying. Wait, I think the first episode, guys, we were in a library, and I think it was in a university? I think. I think so. I'm gonna go with that option. I'm studying in a university. I'll be graduating soon. Sorry, I don't really know what to say after that. Other than that, turns himself towards Matt. And you? I work as a book editor. I am rather young, but I have worked for 2 years already for my company. That's true. You look young to be in that field. And aside from your job, Matt shrugs. There's not much to say. I'm forcing myself on my professional life, so therefore the personal stuff. Like I said, not much to say. I saw you look at the old bike that is stored in the old shed. Do you ride? That face turns a lot. Oh, so he's a biker. Okay. Yeah, I ride a lot. You look at this bike with me then. I have a lot of repairs to do. You do, you do mechanics? A smirk grows on Matt's lips. Yep, he does. When I, when it's about a bike, of course I do. George seems to be pleased with his answer and smiles. A few minutes pass in silence. I turn the TV on for the girl. Erica smiles at him while he takes the remote in his hand. Cartoon is on the screen. You peacefully watch it, but as time goes by, the tiredness makes you doze off a little. You are vaguely aware that an ad is playing, and then you hear the beginning of a special news flash. Uh oh. Oh no. Your eyes open. On the screen, there is a woman presenting the news. Today, in the special news report, the investigation in the fire from 1 week ago has progressed. The authorities gave us the information. It was a criminal fire. Wait, wait, don't tell me the guys that captured me started the fire. As you know, almost all the people who were in the library are sadly dead. You are glued to your chair. You can't even move a finger, captivated by the screen. However, it seems like the fire didn't kill the majority of the victims. They died after the incident in unknown circumstances. A lot of the corpses were found on the field not far from the place. What we thought would be an accident seems to be, in fact, a massacre. Police have found evidence which led them to discovering who the criminals are. Here are the wanted posters for them. It, wait, I'm just gonna guess right now. It's the people that captured us, right? An image is shown on the screen. On it, there are three people. You're frozen in shock for a few seconds. You don't hear the voice of the woman anymore. Photograph showing the on the screen. What? Wait, no. The photograph showing on the screen of you, Matt, Amanda, and yourself, with written in big letters on the top of it, criminals, arson, and Wait, what? No, no, wait, no. That cannot be true. They are dangerous people. Don't invite them into your home. If you see these people or they have information. What? No. I will not believe. The others are as silent as you are, and even George didn't say anything. Eventually, Amanda is the first who reacts. You have to be. Exactly! You don't look at him, but his voice sounds as if they're more surprised and angry. You're still trying to absorb the information. This is too much. It seems unrealistic. Seconds or minutes pass, you don't really know. And eventually your brain absorbs the information. You realize that your eyes have been glued towards the ground for a while now. Slowly raise your eyes. Erica seems to understand the situation. She looks at each one of you in turn, waiting for a reaction. Her eyes are a little wet, and you can see she is restraining herself from crying. Man is in the same state as you, staring at the fixed point in the air, lost in not knowing what to do. You are startled by a sudden sound. Oh, Matt is pissed! Oh, he is pissed! You look to your right, Matt has his fist planted in the wall. He just punched it out of anger. Hey, it didn't do anything to you. Don't break my house. Matt slowly lowers his fist, trying to control himself. Sorry. Can't believe it. How has it come to this? You're asking yourself the same question. We were in the library and some men took us to the building after the fire. We don't know anything about it after all of it. She looks intensely at George. I swear it. Don't bother. I don't know much about what happened to you, but you don't seem like murderers to me. Besides, you have a child with you. She doesn't look like she is forced to follow you. She does it of her own free will. As if to give him proof of it, Erica nods her head vigorously. See? So I'm not going to call the police or whatever. You can all relax. Oh, thank God. George, I love you, man. My bro. Oh, homie. We loudly sigh as George says it. At least you don't have to worry about that in addition to all of the other things. I don't understand. How did they find proof that we're the culprits? It's just impossible. You're right. This is strange. Unless the men did that on purpose and framed you, that's a possibility. False proof, maybe? But how? You push yourself back into the armchair. This is giving me a headache. Yeah, you can say that again. It's so far-fetched. It means that we're fugitives? Seems that way. Silence fills the room and the impact of his words hits you even harder. Well, you have to bite the bullet, no other choices. You look at George. You can stay here a few days if you want, rest and make a choice on what you do. You just have to work a little with me at the farm. Are you serious? That doesn't hide his astonishment. None of you expected George to offer you to stay. Yeah. You all exchange a look, not knowing what to do. You don't have to answer right away. Just stay here for the night at least. For the rest, it's up to you. Thank you. We'll think about it. I'll go prepare the dinner. Do you need help? No, don't worry. Take your time to talk about it. George just appears in the kitchen, leaving you alone. Now you were supposed to discuss, but you're all shocked by the news that nobody starts talking. A few minutes pass by, which gives you some time to think. What should we do? If we're, if we're wanted, the only thing that comes to mind is to run away or to find proof of our innocence. How could we do that? Maybe by going back to the building and searching for it? I don't think that's a good idea. We don't even know how many they are in there. Yeah, man has a point. Yeah, I want to prove that we're not guilty, but I don't want to risk my life for it right now. Okay, that leaves us with a single choice. You mean leaving the country? Yep, I think that's what he's implying. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. You stay silent as you consider it. It's true. I don't have any other ideas, but what if we go to the police and explain it to them? You really think they're gonna believe us? If you were on the opposite side, what would you think? You're right. Amanda seems completely down as she says this. So, we run away, but how? Not a clue. Maybe by finding a car or else? And a moment of silence fills his statement. I have family out of the country. Maybe we can ask them for help if we go there. Is it far enough out of the country? I don't want to bring any trouble to your family. It's across the ocean, so I think there will be no problem. It's not a bad idea. We'll need to think about it. You nod to show your consent. I have a question. What would we do with Erica? She talks past while putting her arms around the shoulders of the child. She jumps in surprise at hearing her name. Yeah, what are you going to do with Erica? Because we don't exactly know what her parents are. Should we ask George to take her to the authorities? She doesn't have anything to do with us, with all of this, and she's just a child. You're right. It may be wiser to leave her with George. No! Wait! She spoke?! You'll turn your head toward her, surprised. Wait, she spoke? No way! Okay, guys, I could have just did a cliffhanger there, but I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to stay alone. I want to come with you. But you ever it's the very first time you hear her voice. You were almost asking yourself if she was mute. Yeah, I thought she was. I thought she was mute as well. So you can talk. She nods. But Amanda looks at Matt and yourself. She seems more surprised than you are. Hey, I don't want to be rude or anything, but it'll be a hard trip, you know. He talks directly to Erica. I know, but you want to come either way. You just nod vigorously. You didn't think she would have to be the stubborn type. Well, we don't have to make a decision on this right away. We have to think of George's proposal to the state too. It's hard. It's hard to trip the balance on this. The others wait for you to continue. On the one hand, we can have a shelter for a few days with the food, time to think on what to do next, listen to information on the TV, and so on. But on the other hand, we have a higher risk of being found if we stay at the same place, especially since we're not far from the building that we all came from, which means putting George in danger too. I mean, yeah, you got a point there, but ah, okay. Comment down below what. Okay, all right, guys. Comment down below what you guys would do in this type of situation. I want to know. It would be interesting to know. I think you can find us if we leave too. We can't guarantee it's safer to leave either. As for Erica, we still. I can't really decide. Either option weighs the same for me. They look at you. Can we give him our answer tomorrow morning? It's not like we'll leave tonight anyway. And I'm still not sure what we should do. It's not a bad idea. We can take a little time to think about it. Matt nods to show his consent. You lay in the armchair and you feel the reality of the situation reaching you again. I still can't believe that this is happening. So do I. Erica's eyes go to the cartoon on the TV while you let your eyes wander aimlessly. You don't notice before, but night fell while you were talking. You began to realize that all this means, what all this means. What you lose by leaving the country. Your family, your house, your friends, your personal belongings, all of it. What will you do when you reach the frontier of the new location? What will be your goal? Until now, you wanted to find a job that you would have. Live not too far away from your family. Are they alright? Have they heard the news? They must be worried sick. You regret not telling them that you love them. Will you ever have the chance again? Your eyes meet Matt's. Are you okay? What are you thinking? You. I mean, in this situation, I would be sad. I'm sad. Just the thought of it makes me sad. It's natural in the situation. We lose a lot of things. Yeah, but you're gonna feel better tomorrow. Every cloud has a silver lining. In the end, everything's gonna be alright. Well, you know the proverb, never say die. You feel a little courage rise in your heart at hearing these words. You wait in silence for George to call you in for dinner. He takes his time. You think he wants to give you all time to talk. Eventually, he comes back into the living room. The dinner's ready. He'll stand up to go take a seat. The meal seems delicious, but you have a bitter taste in your mouth since you heard the news on the television. Enjoy your meal. You all answer, even Erica. She seems to have begun opening up, little by little. Well, that's good. George lets some minutes in the silence pass and then asks the question. What's your decision? You thought we could reflect on it until tomorrow morning. We're still not sure what to do. Is that alright with you? Yeah, no problem. As I promised for you all to stay anyway. Ha. One thing, your decision doesn't matter on the subject. But I have a little but I have a good friend to the east of the country. If you have to leave the country, go to this area and you'll have no problem seeing him. He's living next to the borderland and he's a vet. You'll tell him that you were there because I told you to go. I'll give you a letter for him just in case. Very kind of you, but we don't want to bother anybody. I understand, but sometimes unexpected things happen, so just in case. You're all in deep thought. You're all deep in your thoughts, and you don't really talk while eating, so the dinner passes in silence. When you finish eating, you take the dishes off the table and help George wash them. Once this is done, you decide to go immediately upstairs. You're going to bed? Nod to him. Mm-hmm. I need to think to be alone a while. Yeah, I understand. Good night then. Good night to you. You lie down in the sheets while considering your options. Stay some days at the farm or leave. Run away from the nation with people whom you have known for only a few days. You roll on your sides several times, pondering your options. Eventually, you begin to feel your eyelids close. When the man and Erica walk into the bedroom, you're already asleep. You walk up before the girls. You wake up before the girls. I cannot read. You're breathing hard, sweat running down your back, your heart is beating fast. Close your eyes while rubbing your temples. You dreamed about them, these men. About them they tortured the man in the room next to yours. You dreamed of them torturing you next. Then you escaped, and they found you on the farm. Then you felt the knife going through your chest before waking up. You stand up slowly, trying not to make any noise, and then go downstairs. Matt and George are in the living room. One is reading a really big book, and the other is reading a magazine. Hi. Hey, sleep well? He shrugged. Well, you didn't sleep terribly, but with all this thinking, you had nightmares, and you woke up several times throughout the night. But, well, it could have been worse. The others are still sleeping? Yeah. Make yourself comfortable while waiting for them, and you can read a book, switch the TV on, or anything you'd like. Thank you. After thinking him, you walk towards the shelf with all the books on it. You don't really want to watch the TV right now, you may hear bad news again. You take a medium-sized book off the shelf and start reading it. It's a love story, all cute and charming. Yeah, this is what you need right now, a little magic and cuteness. After a while, you start to feel your throat becoming dry. You get up to get some water in the kitchen. Once you reach the kitchen, you fill a glass and drink it and let it go. As you turn around and come back into the living room, your elbow smacks something off the shelf. A small pot made of porcelain is dangling dangerously, but it's only the lid that falls. You manage to catch it before it reaches the floor. Sigh of relief. You are about to put it back in the pot, but can't resist to look inside. It's there that George hides his savings. There's a lot of money here. Oh, don't tell me you're gonna steal from him. No. 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 Izzy, no. Can't help thinking that you'll need money. You're on the run after all, but taking the money from George? Exactly! Yeah, no, I'm not. You can't do that to him. No. You return to the living room and go back to the book. After only a few minutes, the girl appears in front of you. Hello, sorry for not waking up earlier. No problem, it was me yesterday. True. You look at them through the corner of your eye and wait for the girls to sit down. So I'll go take care of my cows. Give me your answer when I come back. He leaves the living room like yesterday to let you talk in private. So, I still can't I still don't have any option, so I'm okay with either have an option, so I'm okay with either I'll let you two decide. I still think we should stay here for a few days. And you? What do you think? I mean, considering considering that they're looking for you and the farm is not far from the building, either they could come out of nowhere or you I'm not sure about this. You want to stay or you want to oh um I mean I guess we could okay. I'm going to save and then I'm going to say leave in the morning. I'm gonna leave tomorrow in the morning. Are you sure? I really think we should stay here a little while. If we stay here, there's more chances that we're found out. So it places Erica in more danger too, don't you think? What do you think, Amanda? I think she's got a point here. I understand. Whatever we do, so we'd be in danger anyway. If you think we have more chances if we leave, then I'll go with you. It's decided. We're leaving. You're leaving. Okay. You go outside, followed by the others. You walk towards the barn where George is taking care of the cows. We decided to leave. Really appreciate your proposition, but we think that it'll be dangerous for all of us if we stay. We hope you understand. He looks at you in silence for a moment before answering you. Yeah, don't worry. I understand. Amanda takes a look at Erica, and Matt, and yourself, and finally at George. We don't know what to do about Erica. The little girl's face immediately turns to a mixture of sad and angry, but she doesn't say anything. Okay, what do you mean? This whole situation is too dangerous for a child. You are wondering if you wouldn't want to look after her instead of taking her with us. Erica seems to be about to say something, but you speak before her. But she told us that she wants to stay with us, so we're a little lost on what to do about her. I wouldn't mind looking after her, but he turns himself towards her. Can you go look after the cows, please? She doesn't have to do anything for a few. She doesn't do anything for a few seconds until he nods and walks away towards the cow. I understand your worries. However, I think it's better for her to stay with you all. Amanda's eyes open wide. But why? She could get in serious danger by staying with us. I know, but We know that she lived through the most traumatic experiences, and the first people that she got to know and trust are you all. I don't think that it would be a good idea to separate her from the only people she trusts. Well, George has a point there. You think that it could hurt her even more? Exactly. It would be adding to her trauma. He looks Amanda in the eye. Seems illogical to keep her with you, and thinking about the safety side of things, I completely agree. But for her mental stability, I think that it's really better for her to follow you. Amanda opens her mouth and closes it soon after. She repeats this process a few times before slightly sighing heavily. I understand. She looks at Matt and you. Is that okay with you? That she stays with us? I don't really like the idea, but I can't see myself to force her away with her after what George said. You. Okay. Don't see yourself forcing her either. Wanted her to stay with you anyway. Like her. I mean, actually, when you think about it, George has a point. But then again, she would be in danger if she follows us. Um, yeah, I think the same way. So it's settled. He turns himself towards the little girl that is looking at the cows in the barn. You can come back. Erica walks towards you with hesitant steps. Amanda crouches down in front of her. It's okay, you can stay with us. A big smile grows on the little girl's face. No, thank you. Oh man, oh, wholesome. At least take some supplies before you leave. I don't know how far you'll need to go. You're too kind. You know that? Yeah, yeah. Go inside. You'll smile at him while walking towards the house. You're glad that he understands your point of view, but you think you'll miss him a little. You didn't stay here too long, but George is just too kind, especially after dealing with people chasing you. George goes to the kitchen while Matt takes the backpack filled with the things you already found in the old house a few days ago. A few minutes pass, and George comes back. He's carrying a backpack and a few food packages. Take this. It's not much, but it'll help you a little. At least I hope. It's already too much, you know. George just makes a gesture with his hand. You smile at him, not knowing how to show your gratitude. Matt puts the food in the bag he's holding, while you put your change of clothes in the second one. Now you ready to go? You turn this up towards George. So, I don't like goodbyes. Off you go. Thank you so much for everything. One more time. Take care of yourself, old man. You notice that Erica's moving. She goes near George and all of a sudden throws her little arms around him, giving him a big hug. Oh my god, that's wholesome. Oh my. I don't know why, but I have tears right now, guys. I don't know why. It's so wholesome. Oh, I hate it. Oh no. Okay. Finally, you start walking towards the field into the morning light. After a while, you reach a forest. Again. Is there only forest in this place? Really? It looks like it. While I'd rather walk in the forest than in fields, I admit, here we're at least not under the burning sun. While walking, Erica stops a few times, picking flowers along the way. After a few moments, you see that she is quite a bouquet. Then the little girl runs to catch up to Matt and yourself, who is walking in front. She looks up at you with her big, bright eyes and reaches your hand out with a few daisies in each. One bouquet is led to you and the other to Matt. For you. Oh, it's so wholesome. Oh, that's so wholesome. Matt takes the flowers while ruffling her hair. She's still waiting for your reaction. I'm gonna take the I'm taking the daisies. She smiles brightly at you before she starts walking. You keep the flowers in your hand for a while and finally put it carefully in your bag. Eventually, we take a break and sit together in the ground. You see that Amanda has also received daisies, and she's still holding them in her hand. Erica is still calmly playing with the flowers that she found earlier, sometimes while humming a tune. You take a few sips out of one of the bottles of water while listening to her. After a few minutes, Amanda breaks the silence. Ha! There are wild cherries in this tree. You look up the tree, but she's right. Bright red and black fruit just calling for you to eat them. You could spare some supplies if you eat things that you can find in the woods. I'll pick some. You don't have the time to answer when he's already climbing the tree, but he seems to have a hard time. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good ass shot. Damn, I love that. Ha. He slips but manages to grip onto the branch near him. Do you need help? He enters you while still hanging dangerously on the branch. No, no, I'm fine. If you say so. She keeps on climbing, slowly and steadily now. You climb up with him, tease him. Well, I'll ask if he's okay. Are you okay up there? Yeah, I'll handle it. Just stay down there. You listen to him and stay on the floor, waiting for him while he throws some fruit. After a few minutes, he climbs down, and the job is done. You're awesome. I bet they will be so good. He grins at you. He seems pretty proud of himself. Yeah, try not to get a big head. He just laughs as he takes your hand to put the wild cherry in it while he's staring at you. Admit it, you're impressed. You blush a little, embarrassed by the way he's looking at you. You answer him while trying to look away. Yeah, yeah. Are you happy? He just widely grins at you before going towards the girls and giving them some of the fruit too. You spend a little time eating the wild cherries, and it allows you to take a break at the same time. The fruit fills your stomach more than you expected. Eventually, you we, we, we start walking. The weather is nice and not too hot since we're walking under the trees. You walk behind with Amanda while Erica is happily leading the way with Matt. It's almost like an ordinary walk in the woods. The sun is starting to set. Should we stop for today? Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's stop here. I'll try to make a fire. I'll help. I want to help too. Amanda gently laughs as she sees Erica so cheerful, then sits down, her back leaning against the tree. Can I rest a little? I have to admit that I'm a little tired. Yeah, no problem. Stay here. You smile at her as you join Erica and Matt in the search of pieces of wood. Matt and yourself bring some good pieces, and Erica brings as much as she can carry. So much that she has trouble walking it straight. You put the pieces on the ground and finally put some rocks around it. Now you can start the fire. Matt takes the matches that he found at the first old farmhouse and lights it. The flames start almost immediately, since the pieces of wood are really dry. Soon, medium-sized flames are dancing in front of you. Smiling, you all sit together around it. You take some wild cherries that you kept from earlier with some bread and start eating. Enjoy your meal. Yeah, you too. You all smile as you eat your meal. Once you finish, you feel your eyelids closing by themselves. You feel so tired from the distance you've been walking all day that you can't help but doze off. Finally, you slowly drift off to sleep while listening to the crackling fire. Oh, okay, guys. Well, that's where I'm going to leave things here. Yep, another cliffhanger. So, you guys are going to hate me for this again, but I don't really care because I love the suspense. So, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you never miss a single video, and comment down below. And with that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.